Recent bear attacks near Ennis and bear sightings in many other areas, Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife and Parks wants to remind everyone to be extra careful if you're heading back into the backcountry this time of year. Being bear aware is This Week in Fish and Wildlife.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife, sponsored by your local Montana Toyota dealers.
Thursday morning time once again for This Week in Fish and Wildlife. We're outside Region 3 headquarters. Morgan Jacobsen joining us this morning. Bow season, bird season is underway, and it's that time of year with the temperatures cooling off, maybe even some snow in the mountains, to talk about interactions with bears. Let's first off address it from the bow hunter perspective. What should our bow hunters be aware of?
Yeah, hunting in bear country is kind of a paradox a little bit because, a lot of the things we tell people to do to be safe from bears are the opposite things that hunters are doing. So, when you're hunting, you're often sometimes by yourself, you're moving quietly, you're wearing cover scents, things like that. And so really there's some special precautions that hunters should take when they're hunting in bear country, especially grizzly country. Mm-hmm. First one is carry bear spray and know how to use it, right? Mm-hmm. So bear spray has been proven to deter a lot of bear attacks when it's used properly. And then, some other things are just be conscientious about, how you move through the landscape. Be careful when you're moving through tall, dense brush. And then when you make a kill, if you kill an elk or something, it's really ideal to get that off the landscape as quickly as you can and get it out. If you have to go back and pack things out on multiple trips, you always want to leave your carcass in an open area where you can watch it as you approach it, to make sure that there's nothing on it. But really there's a wealth of information on our website at fwp.mt.gov for people to kind of keep in mind as they're archery hunting during when bears are out.
Also this time of year, folks are going to start heading out doing some like game bird hunting and some of those kind of things. That season's just getting kicked off as well. Little different approach to that when you're out there in bear country as well.
Yeah, you're not I guess as careful to be quiet, when you're bird hunting as you are when you're bow hunting or any big game hunting. Mm-hmm. And so things are a little bit different there. One thing is if you're hunting with a dog, you want to keep close track of your dogs. If you're going into a field with tall, dense brush, you want to avoid sending your dog into really dense, brushy areas because bears will often use those places to sleep in the afternoon. Another thing is as we move closer into fall, bears are entering what we call hyperphagia, which is a time when bears are trying to consume as many calories as they can in preparation for hibernation. So bears are more active on the landscape. When you're bird hunting, it's always a good idea to hunt with a partner and to let people know where you're going and when you'll be back. Same thing goes for any hunting per se, but we just remind people to be aware, be cautious, carry bear spray. Shotguns aren't effective deterrents for bears, but just be aware that bears are out there and that grizzlies are in more places than they have been in the past.
You mentioned the bear spray. Two things. Make sure you have it readily accessible, and you better know how to use it.
That's right. You often see people carrying bear spray, which is a good thing, but it's way back in their backpack, or at a place that's not easy to get to. When you're using bear spray, sometimes you might need to use it in a second's notice. And so it's always important to make sure you can get to it easily and that you know how to use it.
Perfect. Again, Morgan Jacobsen, we're at Region 3 headquarters. As hunting season is starting to unfold here, a lot of folks are going to be in grizzly country, and a little precaution goes a long way. Morgan, thank you. And that's This Week in Fish and Wildlife.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife was brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.